Sound like right here. You know what I'm saying? And few brothers that have done dawah over the years, they can go anywhere and to make the people who hate you, they'll end up loving you. Yes, methodology and technique. But you're doing a wonderful job. You're doing the dawah that Allah wants done. You're doing it. But get the information from Council, and you get my brother here. And we'll get a date, him and I will go over there together. Okay? We'll work with you. You never had that problem, did
Okay,
you? Show us how to put some wood in the wall.
we're going to work inshallah to get back on schedule. I want to make two observations before we do the last panel for those who were here and those who were not who have missed it. We have a reflection of the value of the camp. I Zaynab hinted at it, but she didn't really I'll say specifically one of the great values, in addition to all the ones which were mentioned, the family tali, was the crew that we had preparing our meals. I mean, we had Mikhail and Abdul Muhsin and their crew, always individuals who helped them. We had 5-star meal preparation. I mean, it was really, really good. So that was one of the great values of the family tali, was that weekend we ate real good, nutritious, healthy food, basically. The other thing I wanted to make is an observation Imam Kazim mentioned when he was talking about the Imam's legacy. The Imam's legacy was, remember what he said it was? Language. But in terms of what he did for us, he said he did something for us. What did he do? Yeah, came to free you. Yeah, came to free your mind and your soul.
Right.
And Tarek and I were there in Philadelphia about 5 years ago. Was it about that long? Yeah, the man was still here. He's been gone more than 5 years. 7 years ago. How many?
About 9.
Yeah.
Wow, that long.
Yeah.
But we had an experience, it was almost as good as making Hajj. Really. And if you made Hajj, then you know what I'm talking about. Imam Muhammad was being given this award by NANA, which is an organization which was organized by several leaders across the country, including Imam Sarawah Hajj and some other individuals, Dr. It's somebody relevant in California. And so they were going to honor Imam Muhammad with this award as the outstanding Muslim leader in America that Saturday. So Imam came in for that presentation. That was the second year of the conference. The year before they gave it to somebody else, this year they gave it to Imam Muhammad, Rahimahullah, and he came in for the award. And Imam Salat al-Hajj, knowing that most of the people in the audience in that meeting, I was like, Qasim was there too, huh? yeah, he was there too, when I think about it. Most of the people in that room were members of the Imam Muhammad's community. So Salat al-Hajj, you know, a lot of people were like, I was at one time, had problems with him, some as a trader and whatnot. So when he came up to introduce the Imam, he put the audience at ease by telling them that when he was young, he said some things that were wrong. He acknowledged it. He said, I was wrong. I say some things that wasn't patient. Because, you know, he was a follower of Imam Muhammad. But he couldn't wait. He went to the Imam and he told him, I can't follow you. You know, and so he said, but he acknowledged, he said, but I was wrong. I was young and I say some things that I should not have said I was wrong. But I want y'all to know that I have Imam Muhammad's phone number. He and I are in constant communication. I call him on a regular basis and we speak. So when Imam Muhammad came up to speak, the Imam started telling the story to the audience. And the Imam said, I never told you this, speaking to Surah. He said, I never told you this. He said, but when you came and told me that you wanted to leave, he said, I was glad. I was glad to see you go. Now the audience sitting there, they, as most of you probably may have thought that the Imam was putting them down. The Imam, because I started, yeah, you know, they were responded that way. They thought he was putting it down. Yeah, I was glad. He said, you tired of me, I'm tired, more tired of you. I'm glad to see you go. But the imam said, he said, I was glad to see you go because I wanted you to be free.
That's right.
Said,
Yeah, the man also said when he left, he said Islam is big enough and has room enough for disagreement.
this way. I encouraged him by telling him, he said, because I wanted you to become the person that Allah intended for you to be.
Yeah, that's right.
And I am as much your follower as you are my follower. And I'm as much my teacher as I am your teacher. And most of the people there, what were they doing? Oh, yeah. It was like really large. It was so powerful. Go ahead.
Also, the issue that he mentioned, he made it clear that it was what Cosmo mentioned, that patience. That he said when you've been doing something like this, trying to bring about a people changing the whole mentality of the people, you have to be patient. And by Siraj being the student that he is, he knew that we hadn't arrived to the point where we were doing things Islamically, according to the Quran and the Sunnah. And the Imam made it clear, he said, because he didn't have the patience to wait for, this process to take place. So that's why he was in a hurry. He couldn't stay because he wanted to do things he didn't have the patience. And on that point, I want you to tell the group what the question that you asked to Hakeem Jackson about his opinion of the Imam. And that explains all of this that we're talking about.
Yeah, about a few years before that, I had gone to Indiana and I spent a month at ISNA's headquarters studying Arabic under Dr. Sherman Jackson, as he now referred to himself more, who also known as Abdul Hakim Jackson. And Imam Qasim had been there, and I missed his trip. I came after he was there. He came after, I don't remember which. Anyway, but he had also spent time there. So I asked, because these brothers are very knowledgeable. I know Nasaka knows him. And I know Qasim knows, because Qasim actually brought Jackson down the following year to Houston to do a presentation on the life of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu. I know he knows them well. And these brothers, both Issa Bagby and Abdul Jackson, Abdul Hakim Jackson, were the two instructors. And they do talk in Arabic. They don't use the English Quran. They do it straight from the Arabic books. They're fluent in the language. Well, I want you also heaven. Why you don't follow me, man? Why do you connect with me, man? So I asked Jackson. I said, what do you really think about the man, Muhammad and his community? And he told me, he said, the value of that community is that community allows the new revert or convert to come into an environment where that person is allowed to learn and grow in the religion at their own pace. Whereas when they are in other communities, the people are constantly telling them, no, what you can't do, and eventually they just leave. He said, but this community has that environment that nourishes and encourages the growth of people. And I myself personally, I never thought of us in that way, but after he said it, and that's exactly what we do.
You're right.
People come here, you go to all these massages around here, and you see people. Where did they start? Right here.
Yeah.
They came here, and they got their roots, they got their beer, and then they leave. And they go for whatever reason, they go to other communities, but because they were able to come here and grow at their own pace, nobody they constantly laugh. Don't do this, don't do this, do this, you just let them accept the religion and go. Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Absolutely.
I just like to say in short, that's what you have, a natural product and an artificial product. That's the difference.
Yes.
When a person grows natural, they are natural. But when you have to tell somebody everything to do, they artificial. Because if you ain't there to whisper in their ear They like a car won't start by itself. So y'all know what that is.
Yes.
Somebody got you jump on.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and stop at this point. We're gonna have a 10-minute break until 11:15. All right, so please come back in 10 minutes. Brother Melvin Sabri, Dr. Melvin Sabri is going to do the next workshop. Easier way to start our Kaiman Kasma.